What's going on, everyone? This is Sheena, aka Sheenapreneur, your favorite veteran. This is gonna be the most important video of your life, right here, right now. And this is only for action takers. If you're not an action taker, I need you to just go ahead and click off this video, because this video is literally going to change your life today. And the way that we're gonna change your life is we're gonna get you a contract in less than 90 days. Look, I know you're like, Sheena, look, I don't know. Don't put your stamp on it. I'm putting my stamp on it. This is how you're gonna get a contract in less than 90 days. And we're gonna talk about it right after the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Here on the Sheenapreneur channel, I share information about government contracting, veteran business content, and other business tips. Okay, so you're like, oh, less than 90 days, how are we gonna do that? I have a foolproof method and how you're gonna get a contract in less than 90 days. Now, I will go ahead and give the caveat. And what I mean by caveat, it really is a warning, because this is only for people who are action takers. These are people that wanna change their life. This is people that don't make excuses about time. These are the people that are dedicating themselves to government contracting, and they want to get a contract. They want to get a contract in less than 90 days. So here we go. Y'all ready? Like, let's go, right? So this is how you're gonna get it. What you're gonna do is you are going to take your business, right? So let's just hope that you all have a business by now, but if you don't, make sure you register your business. Registering your business and picking your name and getting your bank account and all those things, you can get all of your business stuff taken care of in less than 2 weeks. That means that every single day, every single free moment, that means no more TV, that means no more scrolling on Instagram. The only thing you can watch is my YouTube videos. I'm just saying. So the only thing you're gonna be doing is hyper-focused on what you're gonna do to get this contract. So you do your business. If you don't already have a business, you're gonna register your business, you're gonna get your business bank account, you're gonna do all the business stuff, right? You're gonna take care of all that, and that's gonna take probably less than 2 weeks. I'll say 3.5 weeks at the most, because you may have to get your name registered in your Secretary of State, but as long as you're on it, pretty much you'll be okay. So you're like, okay, Shane, I already have a business. I don't need to know that part. Okay, boom, you're already ahead of the game. So if you already have a business, your business is already legal, you got your EIN, you got all that stuff. I don't care about SAM. We're not talking about SAM right now. What you're gonna do, you're gonna go to your state website, and what you're gonna do to find that is you're gonna Google whatever state you're in procurement. And what is that? Like for Georgia, state of Georgia procurement. And then you're gonna go to whatever website that is. Sometimes you have to register, sometimes you don't. But at the very least, you find the website that you need to have in order to go after local contracts. We're talking about local contracts. Don't talk to me about no SAM. SAM is gonna take a lot longer. But we're talking about the people that are trying to get this in less than 90 days, right? You can get federal in less than 90 days too, but you already have to have stuff in place. But we're talking about local right now. So boom, let's pretend like you're in Georgia to make it easier for me to go through this example. So whatever state you're in, you're gonna go to that state website, you're gonna register, and you're gonna put in the codes that are associated with the business that you are going into, okay? Let's say you already have a business and you've been doing landscaping for forever. That's great. If you're trying to pick something, you need to pick something fast. I'm gonna give you 24 hours to pick which industry you want to go into. We're not going to sit over here and think about this for forever. It's something that you already know how to do. You have a friend that knows how to do it. Your father knows how to do it. Your mom knows how to do it. It's something that comes naturally to you. You speak a bunch of languages, whatever the case may be. You're going to find out whatever it is that you're interested in pursuing. So since you're registered in that website, the Georgia website, the Georgia procurement website, then you can just start scrolling through some of those opportunities to see what sticks out. So again, this is 24 hours. This is either something that's already in your head, or after you started scrolling through the website, then you happen to find something that works for you, something that you think that you can pursue. Boom, that's your industry. We're not going to go into multiple industries. We're only focused on one right now, okay? One industry right now, okay? So now you found it. We're gonna make it easy, and we're gonna say it's janitorial. Janitorial is not easy, but we're gonna make it easy conceptually, so I can go through this pretty fast, okay? So you find janitorial contracts. You're like, okay, that's what I want to do. I have people. I know how to clean. I've been doing this. Whatever. It makes sense to you. You know how to buy products. Great. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pull all of the janitorial contracts on the state of Georgia website, okay? Now, when it comes to janitorial, there's probably gonna be at least 20. So what you do, if you're in Georgia, the closest ones to you, you're gonna pull those down. So I'm actually in Atlanta. So anything pretty much in the metro Atlanta area, I would pull down, and that's probably gonna take me down to 10 opportunities, right? And so what you have to do when you see those 10 opportunities that are within your area, where you live, whatever state you're in, then you're gonna narrow it down by when it is due, okay? Because I'm not trying to like kill y'all. I'm just trying to, I just want you guys to take action, okay? So with that, that, let's just say, so now we have 10, because there's 20, we're pretending that there were 20 altogether, only 10 of those are near you, so there's probably 7 that are kind of far out, like the dates are far out to bid on. The other 3 might be due tomorrow or the next day, or 2 days from now, and you don't want to go after something that's under duress, because we're just trying to make sure that we're taking action, but we're not overexerting and going crazy. Again, action takers only, okay? This is for people who are really serious about this, okay? So with that, now let's pretend like you have 7 opportunities left, and these opportunities are due 2 weeks or more from now. Let's just even say a week or more from now, and they're all within the area in which you live. Like I'll say within an hour and a half, 2 hours is probably max. I wouldn't go outside of that. 2 hours might even still be pushing it, but something that makes sense to you, because depending on where you live, 2 hours might not be anything. 2 hours is not really a lot for me. So you have these 7 opportunities, and you're gonna start going through each one of these opportunities each day. So you have 7 opportunities. Each day you're gonna dedicate hours to going through this entire opportunity. Now there's gonna be a lot of jargon. There's gonna be a lot of things that intimidate you. Let's hope that there's no mandatory site visits, because if there's mandatory site visits, then that's going to change your number of how many you can actually pursue, and if you can make the site visit and all that. But we're not going to get into all that in this video. But this is like in a perfect world where you don't have to worry about a site visit, or you can actually make the site visits, right? So we're talking about 7 opportunities right now. So each one of those, and you can arrange them however you want, is the one that's the closest to you, you can pay the most attention to, all the way to the last one where you're still kind of skittish about whether you want to pursue that opportunity, and you're going to start looking through all the requirements that they have. What that does, and I really stress this to my students in the GovConNOW program, I really stress to my students, this is the exercise part. So yes, can someone do your proposals for you? Yeah, you can probably find someone to do it, but you have to exercise going through this entire process. You have to be fully focused. If you've ever been in college, if you've ever taken like some kind of boot camp where you're fully committed to getting this done, this is for you. Like, this is what you need to do. You have to hyper focus and set aside, let's just say 2 to 5 to 6 to 7 hours per day. Find time. Find time. Like, I don't want to hear, if you on Instagram, I don't want to hear that you don't have time, okay? So what I want you guys to do is go through each of those opportunities and arrange them by the most important, or the one that's closest to you, or the one that has the least amount of pages, however you want to arrange them, and then you're going to take notes on each one that you may have questions about, okay? So hopefully it's not the last day for questions for each of those opportunities, but even if the date for questions has already passed by, no worries. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep pushing, and we're going to submit. We're trying to get into the exercise of submitting bids, because the fear that you all have with submitting bids is one of your greatest hindrances, is not just bidding on it. You just don't want to bid. So this is the exercise that gets you guys to do something, but make sure it's something that is within your industry. You're not just throwing something up against the wall, okay? Because I don't be preaching that. I preach something that makes sense to you, right? So you go through those opportunities, you take notes, you start dedicating multiple hours per day, okay, to each of those opportunities. And you're probably going to have to arrange them by date first, and then maybe closest one to you, and then whatever other types of categories you want to put them in. And you're going to package all of those, and you're going to put them in a Google Drive. So some people use Dropbox, some people use Google Drive. I would suggest not putting these items on your computer if you can help it, or put it on the computer temporarily and then moving it to some cloud platform, because if your computer gets filled and you're in the middle of trying to put this together, you don't have time to figure out, where am I going to store this data, or thumb drive or a hard drive, whatever the case may be. I prefer the cloud because I've had a hard drive corrupt and lose all my data. So I'm just saying, whatever you want to do as an external storage, make sure that you have something that you can easily access, because that is, especially if you're going to be moving around and you're going to have to print something, you want to be able to have access to that just in case your computer dies. Who knows? We don't want any stress. We don't want any stress. So I'm trying to give you some of the tips and tricks that I have used throughout this entire process. So boom, now you have all these opportunities. You've made notes. All of them have, the things that that you can perform, right? Now it is a little scary to think about, just in case you happen to win all 7, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be all right. We'll figure it out, okay? If you submit 7 and you win 7, call me, okay? Call Sheena. I will help you. I promise. I put my hand on something, okay? I put my hand on it that I will help. But nonetheless, let's just say you submit all of these opportunities. Now, in the state of Georgia and probably some other states, there's gonna be hand delivery and mail delivery, and then some of them are email delivery, and then others are portals where you have to submit it through whatever portal that the agency is using. So it varies. I can't tell you specifically how that process is gonna work depending on which number of opportunities that you're actually going after. We said 7 in this example, so there might be 4 that you could submit via email, 1 that has to be hand delivered, and then what is that, 4 or 5, and then 2 more that have to be mailed, you know, because it's maybe too far, or maybe you just waited too late, whatever the case may be. You never know. You never really know until it's time to get through it. But what I'm trying to get you guys to do is make sure that you are going through this entire process, okay? You're reading through the scope of work. The scope of work is going to be essentially after you check the date and the location, the scope of work is going to be the next thing you go to, because with the scope of work, you may not even be able to do it. They might say they need 150 people soon as the first day you start, and you're like, okay, Sheena, I can't do 150 people. Like, that's not even realistic for me. So then boom, you get rid of that one. Don't start reading from the top to the bottom. You go to the scope of work, and sometimes they have it kind of like weird, like they don't have it. It doesn't say scope of work. It might say duties or whatever. So you have to just find out. It may not specifically say scope of work, but you're trying to find out what the agency is looking for. And again, if it's not too late to ask questions and you don't see exactly what they're looking for, ask, okay, what are y'all looking for? Like, not like that, you know, not like that. But you're asking, what is it that the agency is actually looking for, right? So if you have some that you do know exactly what they're looking for, they're very, very clear. You know how many materials they're gonna need. You know how many employees you might probably need, or if it's a product, how many of that thing you're gonna need, and you have the manufacturer or the distributor that you're gonna get it from. You're going to package this thing, okay? And again, if it's a hand delivery or a mail, they may need a duplicate or a triplicate. They may need 4, 5, 6 copies and a thumb drive, and it needs to be emailed in one PDF. So you're going through all these processes so you can get everything done. Everything that any agency is ever gonna need, you're gonna get done in these 7 opportunities that we're using for this example, okay? Then what, Sheena? You're gonna submit all of them, okay? Like, don't be afraid. It is gonna be okay. I can't say whether or not you'll win all 7 because you never really know, because it's out here. You may have a great pricing model and you're able to get cheap labor, or you may be able to get something really cheap. Don't underbid yourself, but I have another video multiple videos talking about pricing. So be careful on your pricing. Be careful on using subcontractors. Make sure that they're not looking for any licenses or anything that you don't have, because then you kind of like wasted your time. But you put in 7, so you're trying to get the bid out. And that exercise is what's going to get a lot of you guys over the fear of submitting bids. And at least you know you have submitted, especially if we're talking about you pull 7 or 10 down in one day and start eliminating some, and you go to submit them. Usually they're going to be due within the next 30 days. So then you have 30 days pretty much under your belt where you've submitted all these opportunities. And I know it might be hard. Some people are still working full time. Some people are doing this. Make time. You said you want to do government contracting. You say you want to be a millionaire, right? You say you want to make 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures. You have to make time. Period. There's no way around it, okay? You're gonna have to cut something out. Cut out daggone Instagram, cut out Facebook, cut out TikTok, cut out going to the movies, cut out going out to dinner. Like, this is real life right here. You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. Once you win these contracts, there's gonna be more sacrifices to come, you know, in a positive way, because it's like, okay, now my life is just changing and I'm creating a different life for myself. You have to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success. You're training yourself to be more disciplined. And a lot of us don't have discipline either. I know, I get it. I totally get it. Some of us have ADD, some of us are procrastinators. I get all that. But now I am challenging you to submit as many bids as you possibly can within the next few weeks. The next few weeks of this video. So like I said, you put in, we're gonna go back over it. You're gonna go to your state website, okay? By Googling whatever state it is, procurement. Go to that website, register if you need to. Put in your codes, and in Georgia's NIGP codes, actually I think that's universal. And then you're going to go after the opportunities that are related to that NIGP code. And a lot of times the agency will send you an email related to the NIGP code. You might not even have to look, but for the sake of this video, you're gonna be looking looking for those opportunities that are available now that are not due within the next, let's say, few days. It's going to be a week or more, week to month from now, and you're going to pull down all the ones that make sense for you within a 2-hour driving distance or something like that, or with an agency that you want to work with or something like that, or maybe an agency you have connections with. You never really know. So you're going to pull down all those opportunities and you're going to start going through the process. You're going to look at the scope of work and you're going to start going through all of the things that the agency is asking for, and you're going to sacrifice the time each day to go over each one. It may take a little while for one, it may take one day for another. So that is the getting used to going after these opportunities and submitting and not making any excuses. So I challenge you guys, if you want to get a contract within 90 days, I'll put my hand on it that you will win something within 90 days if you follow this method. This is it. This is all you need. This is all you need right here. And then you could be a 6-figure earner, 7-figure earner, 8-figure earner really, really quickly and change your entire life like in an instant. Okay? So until next time, it is your favorite veteran.